Okay, my 8th graders, yesterday I Zoomed with my honors high school kids, and I went over the test. I want to go over the test with you. Now, I have a question for you before we start. I'm afraid we're going to be locked down in January. I don't have any proof. No one's told me anything, but I just think so. I want to Zoom 2 days a week with you guys. So I'm thinking of doing Monday, Thursday at 7 o'clock at night. Or would you rather I do Monday, Thursday, 7:30 in the morning? So that's fine too. So I want you to email me your ideas, and then I'll take those into consideration. And then I'll by Sunday do the email, and then I'll decide. So 2 plus 3i squared. Write it twice, FOIL it. 2 and 2 is 4. 6i is 12i. 3i is 9i squared, but I squared is -1. So you get 4 minus 9 is -5. Here you distribute this to both terms. Square root of 5 square root of 5 is square root of 25, which is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Square root of 5 is 10, square root of 50, but 50 is 25 and 2. Here this, notice 4 already has 2 2's, so you only need to multiply by 1 cube root of 2. A lot of people did cube root of 4, which doesn't help you. 2 4's doesn't help you with the cube. Now, what kind of made me irritated is this problem was on last week's test. Just change the number. This one, multiply by the conjugate again. This problem was on last week's test and people got it wrong. Shame. So the bottom would be 16 minus I squared when you FOIL it out, and I squared is -1, so it becomes 17. This one, you got a square equals a number, you just square root both sides. So it'd be plus or minus 4i, subtract 5, divide by 3. This one, divide by 2, and then square both sides. A lot of people mess this up. I don't know why. This one, you square both sides to get rid of the square root. You get 25. Subtract 25, factor. Now, some people did quadratic formula, which is fine. Just big numbers. This one, divide everything by 7. Subtract the 2. 14 divided by 7 is 2. So subtract the 2. Half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. Add it to both sides. Then solve. This one, divide by 5. So your 50 divided by 5 is 10. Subtract the 10. Factor, you get a square equals a number. So square root both sides. It'd be plus or minus I squared of 6. Now you guys are still putting the I under the square root. You can't do that. The I goes out front. Okay, let me go to the next page here. Okay. So now it says solve by quadratic formula. Some people solve by another method. No, it said quadratic formula. Also show work. So this is -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. So this is -79. You've got to pop the I out. Some of you are changing this into 2 different fractions too. I don't know why. I never showed you that. I like it left at 1 fraction unless it's all nice pretty numbers and you can simplify it. So you just put it in the formula. There you go. Solve using any method. This one's factorable. Now again, you could do quadratic formula, completing the square, but it factors real nice. This one is perfect for completing the square. It's set up. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Woohoo! Add 9 to both sides. Square root and solve. Now this one, oh, nasty. So I would do quadratic formula. So 25 minus 40 is -15. Pop your I out. Now, some of you did, let's divide everything by 5, but this is under the square root. You can't do that. Scientific notation. This is 6.7 times 10 to the 7th. Can't read my own writing. 7.6 times 10 to the -7th. This is 63,000. This is 0.0035 because you move it 3 times. Now, 3 times 4 is 12. 8 plus -2 is 6. But I got to change the 12 to 1.2. It's got to be a number between 1 and 10. So I got to make the 10 one bigger. Then when you divide two things same base, you subtract. 7 minus a -3 would be 10. Then the extra credit, the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So b squared would be 4 minus 4 times 2 times 5, which is 40. So the discriminant is -36. And negative is 2 imaginary roots. Woohoo! So, hey, have a happy Christmas and email me what 2 days and what times would be best to do Zoom. Now, Zoom usually lasts about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you'd rather have 7:30 in the morning, that's great. If you'd rather have 7 at night, that's great. And you guys are a nice group. Bye.